Welcome to English Easy Hub. Join us as we ignite the flames of your English learning journey together.
Please subscribe to watch and embark on your English learning journey. Don't miss out on the exciting content. Simon is experiencing difficulties maintaining his interest in learning English and seeks advice from his teacher on effective strategies to make the learning process more engaging. The conversation covers a wide range of techniques and tips, from using media and shadowing to joining language exchange groups and keeping a vocabulary notebook. The goal is to help Simon find practical, enjoyable ways to immerse himself in English and stay motivated throughout his language learning journey.
Hi, I've been struggling with maintaining my interest in learning English. Could you give me some tips and techniques to make the process more engaging?
Absolutely, Simon. Engaging with a new language can be challenging, but there are several strategies to make it more enjoyable. First, try to immerse yourself in the language through media you already enjoy, such as movies, music, and books in English. What kind of media do you usually consume?
I really like watching movies and listening to music. I think that could be a fun way to practice, but sometimes I get lost when the dialogue is too fast or complex.
That's a great start. For movies, try watching with English subtitles first. This way, you can follow along more easily. As you become more comfortable, switch to subtitles in your native language, and eventually, try without any subtitles at all. For music, look up the lyrics and try to understand the meaning of the songs. Singing along can also improve your pronunciation and fluency.
That sounds doable. I enjoy singing, so that might be a fun way to practice. Are there any specific genres or artists you recommend for beginners?
It depends on your taste, but pop music is often a good choice because the lyrics are usually simple and repetitive. Artists like Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran have clear pronunciation and relatable lyrics. Listening to podcasts or audiobooks in English can also be helpful. Choose topics you're passionate about to keep you engaged.
I'll definitely try that. What about speaking practice? I don't have many opportunities to speak English in my daily life.
Speaking practice is crucial. If you don't have native speakers to converse with, consider joining language exchange groups or online communities where you can practice speaking with others. Additionally, recording yourself speaking and then listening to it can help you identify areas for improvement. Have you ever tried language exchange apps or online conversation groups?
I haven't tried those yet, but it sounds like a good idea. I'm a bit nervous about speaking with strangers, though.
It's natural to feel nervous, but remember that everyone in those groups is also learning and understands the challenges. Start with short conversations and gradually increase the length as you become more comfortable. Practice speaking about topics you're familiar with to build confidence.
I'll give it a shot. Are there any other activities that can help improve my English in a more interactive way?
Definitely. Try playing language learning games or apps that make learning fun and competitive. Engaging in activities like writing a journal in English, participating in online forums, or even cooking using English recipes can integrate the language into your daily life. These activities make learning more practical and less of a chore.
Writing a journal sounds interesting. I've always wanted to improve my writing skills. How should I start?
Start by writing a few sentences each day about your daily activities, thoughts, or anything that interests you. Don't worry about making mistakes at first. The goal is to practice expressing yourself in English. Over time, challenge yourself to write longer entries and explore different topics.
That makes sense. I'll try to be consistent with it. What about reading? I find it hard to stay focused on English texts for a long time.
Reading can be challenging, but it's an excellent way to expand your vocabulary and understand sentence structures. Start with materials that match your current level, such as graded readers or children's books. As you progress, move on to more complex texts like short stories, articles, or novels. Choose topics that genuinely interest you to keep yourself motivated.
I see. I think starting with easier texts will help build my confidence. Is there anything else I should keep in mind as I continue learning?
Yes, remember to set realistic and achievable goals. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and don't be too hard on yourself. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay curious and open-minded, and most importantly, enjoy the process. It's about the journey as much as the destination.
Thank you so much for your advice. I feel more motivated to continue my English learning journey now.
You're very welcome, Simon. Keep up the good work, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have more questions or need further guidance. Enjoy your learning.
I've also heard about shadowing as a technique to improve language skills. Can you explain how that works?
Shadowing is a great technique. It involves listening to native speakers and repeating what they say in real time, almost like an echo. This can help with pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. You can start with short, simple sentences and gradually move to more complex dialogues. Have you ever tried shadowing before?
No, I haven't. It sounds challenging but interesting. How often should I practice shadowing to see improvement?
Consistency is key. Aim to practice shadowing for at least 10 to 15 minutes daily. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Try using videos or audio recordings that come with transcripts so you can follow along more easily.
I'll start with that. Do you think keeping a vocabulary notebook is useful? I often forget new words soon after learning them.
Absolutely. A vocabulary notebook can be very effective. Write down new words along with their meanings, example sentences, and even drawings if it helps. Review your notebook regularly to reinforce your memory. Also, try to use new words in your speaking and writing to better retain them.
I like that idea. I'll make a habit of it. Speaking of vocabulary, sometimes I find it hard to understand idioms and slang. How can I get better at that?
Understanding idioms and slang comes with exposure and practice. Watch TV shows, movies, and listen to conversations where native speakers use everyday language. Reading blogs, social media posts, or even chatting with native speakers can also help. When you come across an unfamiliar idiom or slang term, look it up and try to use it in context.
That makes sense. It's like getting a deeper understanding of the culture, too. Do you have any recommendations for books or resources specifically for idioms and slang?
There are many great resources out there. Books like The Idiom Advantage by Dana Flacco and The Slangman Guide to Street Speak series can be quite helpful. Websites like FluentU or using apps like HelloTalk can also provide real-life examples of idioms and slang in use.
Those sound like useful resources. I'll check them out. Sometimes, I get overwhelmed with all the different aspects of learning English. How do I stay organized and make sure I'm improving in all areas?
It's important to have a balanced approach. Create a study schedule that allocates time for different skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, and vocabulary. Set specific, achievable goals for each session. For example, one day you could focus on listening and speaking, and the next on reading and writing. Regularly assess your progress and adjust your schedule as needed.
That sounds like a good plan. I'll create a schedule to keep myself on track. Lastly, how can I stay motivated when I hit a plateau or feel discouraged?
Plateaus are a natural part of the learning process. When you hit one, try changing up your routine. Explore new topics, try different methods, or take a short break to recharge. Reflect on how far you've come and celebrate your achievements. Remember, persistence is key. Keep your end goals in mind and remind yourself why you started learning English in the first place.
Thank you, I really appreciate your guidance. I feel much more prepared and excited to continue learning English now.
You're very welcome, Simon. Keep your enthusiasm alive, and don't hesitate to reach out whenever you need help. Good luck, and enjoy the journey of learning English.
Simon receives valuable and in-depth guidance from his teacher on how to sustain his interest in learning English. The teacher emphasizes the importance of immersing oneself in the language through media, practicing speaking regularly, engaging in interactive activities, and maintaining consistency in study habits. Techniques such as shadowing, using a vocabulary notebook, and understanding idioms and slang are discussed in detail. Simon is encouraged to set realistic goals, celebrate progress, and remain curious and open-minded. By incorporating these strategies, Simon feels more motivated and better prepared to continue his English learning journey. The conversation highlights the significance of enjoyment and persistence in achieving language proficiency.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share to keep the English learning journey alive.